Glock parts that I ordered just got here today, and I'm going to tell you guys, if you want to order anything for your Glock, any kind of miscellaneous parts, anything on the internal or anything for the external, this is where you want to go. Glockparts.com. I ordered this Friday, and it was here Monday. Plus, they only charge actual postage. They don't overcharge for shipping. They only charge what it actually costs them to ship, and they have everything you need there. I've been dealing with Glockparts.com for probably about 5 years now, from the first time I found them. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this, and I'll let you guys know, or let you guys see what I got. I might not even need that knife for this. Okay, that's how this works. Okay, I believe that's everything. Oh, no, one more thing. 3.5 pound ultimate ghost trigger. Or ghost ultimate trigger, however you want to say it. So basically what I got in this kit is, let me go ahead and get it on the table for you. New recoil spring. I went back from the steel back to the original. I just like the standard spring, guys. Nothing wrong with using the steel, but see, the most important thing is I don't know how many rounds are on this steel one. If it wasn't for that, I probably would not be switching it out. But since I was switching it out, I just went ahead and went back with the standard Glock recoil spring. Striker spring. And then what I did was I got a new trigger bar, the one with a smooth face on it. As you can see, this has the trigger with the grooves in it, the so-called target trigger that gives it a couple of points through the ATF when this is shipped over into this country. So I'm going to replace that out with the smooth trigger. Now guys, here's another thing I'm going to do. If you would like to see this, let me know. I've done this in the past, but I don't think it was in HD. I will do they call it the 25-cent trigger job. I will do a HD video of that, showing you in detail what to polish and where to polish to make the trigger pull smoother. It doesn't lighten the trigger pull, but it makes the trigger pull so smooth that it has a much better feel, noticeable feel when you pull the trigger. So if you'd like to see that video in HD, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be sure and go ahead and do that. I'll let you know what to use and, you know, all the good stuff like that. Here's something I almost forgot that was in that baggie. I got a trigger spring, and I'll tell you why. The guy that owned this gun before me, he had a New York 1 trigger in there, and I don't roll with the New York 1 trigger. So I'm going to switch that one out as well. Now, for any of you guys that get a used Glock and you're wondering, you know, what should I replace or switch out in the Glock, I'm going to let you know a little bit of information about that. Okay, I don't even ask guys anymore how many rounds are through the gun, because this guy could have told me 500, and it could be 5,000, 10,000, or it could be 100. You just don't know. And I don't know the person, so when they throw out a number, I have no idea if it's actually what they say it is or not. So one of the things I look for is wear on the barrel, which you can see this does have wear on the barrel. Now this guy claimed on the forums to have about 1,000 rounds through this gun. Doesn't matter to me whether he does or whether he has more, it doesn't matter. But see the wear on this barrel? That's an indication, you know, that this gun's had some firing done with it. So the number one most important thing that you want to change on a gun that you get with unknown round count is the recoil spring, and I'm going to tell you why. If the recoil spring is old and weak, it changes the velocity of the slide. Now, with the velocity of the slide changed, it could damage the gun, cause undue stress to the gun, or break a locking block pin. When the recoil spring is too weak, the slide comes back at a different velocity than what it should. Therefore, it's stopping and hitting too hard at the rear as you fire. Another offset of a bad recoil spring is it could cause jams, because once the velocity of the slide is off, it's not going back in time like it should, and it could cause malfunctions in the gun. So this is the number one thing to change. Now, if you go to glockparts.com and you just want to just replace everything, all the springs on the gun, and do it for little amount of money, you can get a whole spring kit from glockparts.com. It'll have the safety plunger spring, it'll have the recoil spring, the firing pin spring, the trigger spring, and it all comes in one kit for a low price. And you can just replace all your springs. Now, I would say the second most important thing would be, man, it's a toss-up between the trigger spring and the striker spring. Both are very important. If this breaks, you're in deep because you're out of a gun. And if something goes wrong and you pull that gun, you no longer can fire that gun. If this is too weak, it's not going to strike the primer correctly, and the round could fail to go off. So I'd probably have to say this is the second most important spring to be aware of when you buy a used Glock. But like I said, just, I don't know, $17, $18 for the whole spring kit, something like that. That's all it runs. So there it is, guys. That's my new Glock parts. I'm going to put these in this baby, and it's ready to run. Like I said, if you want to see the detailed HD 25-cent trigger job, what to polish and where to polish and what to use, let me know in the comments below, and I'll get that up for you guys. All right, everyone. Until next time, this is the H4T, and I am out.